Hi guys. As Kavya mentioned, today's topic we are talking about AI. So I'll be giving the keynote speak, and I'm going to explain like how AI and us are going to be partners in innovation, and how is it not going to replace us. So that is there, and then moving on. Right. Let's address the elephant in the room. So how many of you guys think that AI is going to replace us and it's going to take away our jobs? Right. So we have the answer. AI is going to be replacing. Oh, sorry, that's accelerator, I guess. Yes. So AI is actually not going to replace us because AI and creativity are poles apart. So that can be mentioned. But still, how many of you feel that it will change the aspect of designing? Perfect. Yes. So it is going to change the aspect of designing. Not only the aspect, I would say it's going to be a new revelation in the design field. Not only design field for that matter, we have it for other fields as well, but in design I feel like it's going to be much more incorporated as we progress into the future. A small description about me: I'm a UI UX designer at GeekyAnts. I've been designing for more than 3 years now, and when I'm not designing, you can find me in a ground playing cricket match. And along with that, I'm a traveler. I'm born and brought up in Mangalore. Let's dive into this segment. So I want to explain a storyline. So it was late 2022, and Spot just launched their storyline feature, which had a low engagement. But initially, when they thought about this feature and they marketed about this feature, most of the users were really interested, but it didn't get that level of attention, or it didn't get that level of engagement that the team was thinking they would get, because there was a challenge where reimaging how artists connect with the fans. So basically, the storylines, if people have not used Spotify, the storyline was a feature where it connected the user with the artist. It showed that how artists create songs, what are their backstories happening, and all. So that was a challenge for the team. And also, to overcome this particular challenge, they decided to go ahead with a small design team with 6 of deadline before the release. So that was the scenario that the designers was facing. Let's explore what happened together. So the challenge was the team decided to experiment with an AI design tool. So how many of you guys think it's really good to go ahead and experiment with the AI tool? Because Spotify, being a larger company, feeding their internal data, feeding their brand guidelines to an AI, because AI, we all know, it uses to train their own models. So yeah, so they went ahead with the AI design tool, and they got n number of opportunities and n number of design theories that they can experiment on, and it gave many opportunities for the designers to work on. Initially, the designers were really happy, but they discovered few issues with the AI design. The issues were like, most of the designs that the AI prompted was not technically feasible. So the technical feasibility was not there, even though they had given a prompt where they had mentioned their brand guidelines and what exactly they wanted. Most of the solution that the AI generated, it was it was coming out of the blue, and it did not follow any brand guidelines or any of the such thing. So, what do you guys think? So, let's all put ourselves in the designer's shoe, which we do better. So, should they like abandon the AI approach? How many of you think like they should like just scrap out? Because just to mention, they had only 6 weeks of deadline. By the time they started experimenting with the AI, it became almost like they used 1.5 weeks. So they only have technically have 4 weeks to for the release. So how many of you guys think it would be better for them to like discard everything that the AI generated and go ahead with the typical design flow where they'll ideate and then wireframe and then visual prototype? They came up with a solution. The solution was a human AI partnership. So the user, as a AI, it created a springboard for the solution provider. So they just took ideas from the AI tool that generated. They used it as a springboard and propagated it to the next level. So the solution that were created was more technical. It was more on the it was more technical, and it didn't have any empathy on it. So what they did was they implemented the human emotion to the design that the AI created, and then came up with a solution. And also they extracted like interesting elements which they added the human understanding to it. And the designer Jordan, he spotted a potential waveform visualization. He came up that he knew that AI would be a next major thing that would be happening in the design team or the in the design thing. So they created this particular solution. As a result, you can see there was 87% increase in the engagement. So the end users started using like the storyline feature more often. They interacted with it, and also they were able to connect with the uh, artist and let know the backstory of it. Also, there was 34% of growth in time with content. Also, there was higher rate of satisfaction for the artist, because for an artist, I believe whenever there is someone who's applauding for their work, it gives them a next level of satisfaction that okay, someone likes my art, so I have to like they get motivated to do more. So it gave that particular instance, and also the design team won an award as the UX design awards, and they were really happy about it. So so this was their AI story. So where do you see AI being most helpful in your work? So everyone here, I suppose, use AI in day-to-day life. So yeah, those are the things that AI helps. So basically, why can't AI replace us is because as designers, we have that empathy in us. We know what the users need. We know what the basic market needs are. But AI, it lacks empathy and the ability to connect with real human emotions. I don't think AI is never ever going to do that. And also design, I feel it's not just about visuals. It's about solving a problem. I feel more connected to the UX because I like solving problems. If there is a huge, let's say there is a huge user flow that I have to reduce it to 3 clicks, which is of 12 clicks. I feel that is where the AI won't be able to connect with us, because it just gives you random inspirations. It gives you random thoughts that you can delete this, you can delete that. But from a designer's perspective, from a human's perspective, I know if I delete this, this will be impacting the business. So that is where I feel it lacks. And the innovation often also comes from breaking the rules. But AI, it has a fixed set of rules. As a designer, I like breaking rules, even though it's hard on developers, but I like breaking rules, thinking outside of the box. Majorly as a designer, I think outside the box to come up with solution which is more of helpful for the product. I think that is something AI lacks. I'm presenting the solution to be AI and humans. They can still work together for a ultimate user experience as well. We can use the AI as the AI generator, like an idea generator, as one of you guys mentioned. We can generate good ideas. We can work on ourselves, how Spotify made it. So we can work on it, give it a good human touch, and make it a better solution. And also we can use it as a AI tech support. So if we need any, let's say I've designed two cards, I want some suggestion on which can be improvised. So we can use it as a technical support. And also AI can be used as an accelerator, where let's say we have a tight deadline and we need some rough sketches for wireframes, let's say, or else we need a storyboard to be created. I think we can use AI over there, and that will also like fasten up the process, as well as it will give us a more like visual idea on what exactly we're looking for. That is there. So let me introduce today's speakers. So we have Kirti, who will be talking about reimaging the future of design system with AI. And we have Evangeline, who will be talking about human intuitions versus machine intelligence. Where do we draw the line? We have Vijay, who will be talking about from pixels to strategy, how designers can lead the next wave of product information. We have our Robin, who will be talking about designing for invisible user, rethinking experience in the age of AI agents. I'm actually looking forward for the invisible user. And we have Darina, who will be talking about designing and coding with Shaper, which is an in-house tool. So yeah, that's about it. I would like to close out by quoting: the most powerful or creative force isn't just human or artificial intelligence, but it is the intelligence that emerges when both work together. That's my time, guys. Thank you.